Tanya and welcome back to yet another video. If you are new here, my name is Tanya. I am a single mother of two teenage girls. I am in nursing school. I'm almost done. I have 2 more semesters left. Hell yes, I'm so excited to be finally finished. And I do work. I own my own home. I do a lot, and I make these YouTube videos to help you guys out because I know a lot of people are in the same boat as I am. A lot of people are struggling to get into nursing school, stay in nursing school, to not lose your mind in nursing school. Like, it's a struggle, and believe me, I've been there, done that. Oh, by the way, I apologize. I have like no makeup on and I just got out the shower. So in some of my videos, I do like get all dolled up for you guys, but I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling a little lazy, and right after I'm done with this video, I'm gonna probably go to bed. So you guys get a bare face today, so just bear with me. So today I'm going to answer a really popular question, and the question is, can you work during nursing school? I get this question all the time, and I mean, I'm gonna just be straight up. The answer is yes, you can work during nursing school. Of course, like, it's possible. So the second question is, should you work full-time or part-time during nursing school? And ideally, you don't want to work full-time. Like, you have a better experience and you would definitely have better grades if you don't work full-time. But it is possible to work full-time, you know? And a lot of people are like, okay, what the hell? How is it possible? Like, how are you supposed to go to clinicals and study like hours and hours every single day and show up to class and have time to have like mental breakdowns? Like, how are you supposed to have time for all of this stuff and work full-time? It's hard, especially if you have kids. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. But luckily for you guys, I have done it all. Like, I've worked full-time during nursing school, plus, you know, having the kids, because they don't go away. They're with me forever. And I've also worked part-time during nursing school. I've done both, so I can tell you guys my experience between both. I'm gonna tell you guys my experience between working full-time and working part-time, and then I'm gonna give you guys 10 good jobs to have while in nursing school, like 10 flexible jobs, like 10 jobs that would probably be the best option than having like a regular Monday through Friday type of job. So let me start by telling you guys my experience, and then I'll go into that. So when I first started my nursing program, I was working full-time meaning 40 hours a week, and I was taking on 4 nursing classes, and I also had 2 clinical days. And I also had, you know, like my kids and like, you know, life, everything else that I carry on my back. So it was a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I think I did that for like 2 semesters, I believe. Yeah, I did that like the first year of nursing school. And I worked as a medical assistant. So I've been a medical assistant for like 12 years. But I wasn't like your typical Monday through Friday medical assistant where I was working at a doctor's office Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. To me, personally, I think that's the worst kind of job that you can have in nursing school, because you're basically working the whole week, right? And you need the week in order to go to class, to go to clinical, to study, because most of the time, not all the time, especially in my school, because our clinical hours are everywhere, but most of the time, your clinical hours are going to be during the week, right? So, and most of the time, your study time is during the week, or classes during the week. So having a job Monday through Friday as a medical assistant was definitely a no for me. So what I did is I started applying for medical assistant jobs at urgent care. So where I worked at was in urgent care, and I worked 3 12-hour shifts. So I would work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7 to 7. I was working full-time, right? But I was only working 3 days. And that kind of worked. And I think that is probably the best option if you want to stay like in the medical field and get medical experience. The best option would be to work a 3 12-hour shift. You have to find a place that can offer you a 12-hour shift. And the best place to look for those are in the hospital. So, and you can get jobs in the hospital without having like a license, like an RN license or whatever. So I'm gonna give you guys some suggestions on what you could do in the hospital in order to, 1, gain experience, and 2, have a flexible job that's going to allow you to do clinicals and allow you to do your schoolwork, right? So the first one, which is a very popular one, and I think this is the route that most people go, and I think it's a really good route, is to be a CNA / a unit clerk. So a CNA is a certified nursing assistant. Most of the time, the unit clerks are CNAs, but some of the time you don't have to be a CNA. Unit clerk is basically the person that sits at the desk on the floor in the hospital and does like paperwork, checks in, like kind of like a front desk type of person. So yeah, you could be a CNA and you have to have some sort of training for that. I don't know exactly how long the training is because I've never been a CNA, but I think it is a short training, probably a couple months or so. And I just recently found out that if you are a nursing student and you've completed, I believe, like 2 semesters of nursing school, you are eligible to take the exam to be a CNA and start working in the hospital. So that's great. That's definitely a good option because you'll be able to work those 3 12-hour shifts, and you can do those during the day, during the night. I personally like to work my 3 12-hour shifts at night because I have the rest of the day to study and, you know, to do my thing and whatnot. Another job that you can get in the hospital without a license is an ER tech. So I've seen this a lot where people are ER techs and they also work 312s. To be honest, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't really know exactly what they do, but I know they work in the ER. Well, duh, I know they work in the ER, and I know that they work 3 12 hours. So if you could get into that, that would be awesome. I'm not too sure what kind of experience you need for that. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't need experience for that, because those type of jobs is for you to gain experience in the medical world. So you could do that, or you can be a medical assistant like me. Yay, whoop whoop for medical assistants. But the only thing with this is that you do need to have a certificate. So when I went to medical assistant school back in the day when I was like 17, I went to MA school when I was 17 and I'm now 30. So it's been a minute, but when I went, it was like a 10-month program. So I actually had to go to school for 10 months, and then finally I got my certificate, and you know, that was that. I've been in MA since then. But you know, if you don't want to spend, I mean, why would you want to spend 10 months of school to be an MA when you're going to be a nurse? So if you are already an MA before you went into nursing school, you can look for urgent care jobs like I did. So urgent care jobs that are open at least 12 hours that, you know, can offer you. I'm telling you guys these jobs that I've done. So I haven't been a CNA, I haven't been an ER tech, but I have been an MA, and I've also been newborn hearing screener. So I know that sounds kind of weird. You're probably like, okay, what the hell is that? So I was a newborn hearing screener at a hospital, or actually 2 hospitals here in Las Vegas. It was the best job ever, actually. What my job was is I would go into the hospital, I would go onto the postpartum floor, and I would go through the book of all the babies that were born for that day. So I would count all the babies that were born, and then I would go into their rooms with the mom and the baby, and I would do the baby's hearing test. Because before the baby leaves the hospital, they need to be cleared for their hearing test. So I was the person that would go in with my machine, and I would attach these little ear muffins to the babies and do the test. It was so simple. Like, they taught us how to do the test like in one day. It was very easy. And I would check off my babies, and then as soon as I was done with all the babies, I was done for the day. And I really like that job. They have newborn hearing screeners everywhere. So if you are interested in doing that, I know it's kind of like a random job, but I'm telling you, it was a lot of fun, and you get to see little babies, and you get to be in the hospital, and it's definitely a part-time job. So you could just go on Indeed and look up like newborn hearing screener and see if you find it, if they're hiring. Other job that you can do while working in the hospital part-time or full-time is to be a phlebotomist. So to be a phlebotomist, I don't think the training's very long though. I want to say it's like a few weeks of training, like maybe like 6 or 8 weeks of training. I know that there's a program out here in Vegas that you pay like a certain amount of money, and they teach you how to draw blood, and you get your lab license, and you can go off and work at a lab, you can work at a hospital. So yeah, phlebotomist is a good one. You could be a patient transporter in the hospital. So basically the patient transporter is someone that just transports the patient from one floor to another floor, or from one floor to the exit. It's basically just pushing people around. And I don't think you need any experience to be a patient transporter in the hospital, but that would be a good exposure to get yourself into a hospital setting. So all of these jobs that I've mentioned so far are within the medical field, and some people want to work within the medical field while they're in nursing school to gain experience. Me personally, like I said, I experienced both. I was an MA the first part of nursing school, and I liked it because yes, I did get to learn, but at the same time, I was a little burnt out because I was in the medical field at work, and then I would go home and study more medicine, and then I would go to clinical and study more medicine, and it was just like a medicine overload. So in a way, it could be a good and bad. The pro to working in the medical field while in nursing school is that you're getting knowledge and you're getting experience, especially if you don't already have the experience. It's perfect for you. But for me, I have a ton of medical experience, so I kind of was sick of it and I was tired of it. So I switched to something that is way outside of the medical field. I decided to leave urgent care because working 40 hours was just too much for me at that point. It got too draining for me, and my grades were definitely slipping, and I noticed it. And I made the decision to, work part-time because I wanted to focus on my grades. I wanted to focus on school, and I wanted to focus on my mental health. So I did that, and I left urgent care to become a waitress. And that's what I do now. I'm a cocktail waitress at a Latin club here in Las Vegas. So that brings me to the next option, be a waitress. Being a waitress or being a server is an excellent job while in nursing school. I know it's not in the medical field and you're not getting medical experience or whatever, but I think it is a great job because it's a very flexible job, and most of the serving jobs are part-time. And the best part is that you get money the same day you go in. So you come in, you make tips, and you leave with money in your pocket. And that is nice because when you're in nursing school, most of the time you're broke. You're broke because school is expensive. You're broke because resources are expensive. You're broke because you're basically just throwing all your money to this nursing program and getting your degree. So getting money every time you have a shift is really, really nice. I'm a cocktail server at a club, but you don't have to be a cocktail server. You could just be a regular server. You could work at a restaurant. You could work at a lounge. You can work at a bar. There's so many options, especially here in Las Vegas. I live in Las Vegas, and if you live in Las Vegas, this is the best place to be a server because there's so many serving jobs. The tip industry here is very, very good. That's what I do now is, I'm a server, and I work on the weekends only. Like usually I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, I make enough money in tips that I don't have to work throughout the week, which is perfect for me. And it's also a low stress job. That's the pro about working outside of the medical field during nursing school, is because it's a low stress job. When you work in the medical field, it's very stressful. It's especially if you're a student, it can be stressful to have a stressful job and then come home to more stress. I think that's being a server is a good balance because you're studying, you're nursing while you're at home, you do your clinical, you're going to class. And then when you go to work, being a server is kind of like, you don't really need to use your brain. Like you don't really need a lot of knowledge to be a server. It's kind of like easy money, and it's a pretty easy job. So you could do that, or you could be a bartender. Bartender is another great job because bartending is easy money. So especially here in Las Vegas, and most bartending jobs are part-time jobs. So it would be fairly easy to find a part-time bartending job. Another great option is to be a babysitter. You can literally just babysit on the days that you don't have clinical or on the days where you're not studying. And babysitting is very flexible. There's even apps that you could use. Like I think there's one called Care Now or something like that. I'm not sure if it's called Care Now, but there's a ton of babysitting apps where you can post your profile on there, and you could literally like babysit 3, 4, 5 kids in your house. I don't know, like I don't know exactly like the laws behind that, but I feel like babysitters do make a decent amount of money if you do it consistently and if you have like enough kids, you know. And to be honest, I know this sounds bad, but if you're babysitting someone that's like 7 or 8 years old, like I'm pretty sure you can like study while you're watching them, or you know, like it's very convenient. The point of this is to have a convenient job that's 1, flexible, 2, doesn't take up too much of your time, and 3, is not highly stressful, right? So whatever job that you choose to have while in nursing school, it just has to be flexible. That's it. Like your manager has to be super flexible with you, super flexible with your clinical hours, because it's a lot. Nursing school is a lot, and it requires a lot of your time. It's very demanding mentally, physically, emotionally, everything, right? So you just have to find the perfect job that's going to be accommodating to you, right? And I know not all jobs are accommodating. So these jobs that I gave you guys, these suggestions are, most of them I've already done, and I found that it works. And you know, I think that it's not like the ideal job that you want to have, but you just have to remember that this is temporary. This is not forever. Like for instance, me, I don't want to be a server forever. For now, it is the perfect job for me while I'm in school. So you just have to think about that. You know, you have to think that it's temporary, and you basically just have to do whatever you have to do to get through school. So, and I really hope this helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions, you guys already know, just send me a message on here, or you can send me a DM on Instagram at the Pink Nurse Dream. You already know. And if you aren't following me, girlfriend, you have to follow me. And if you aren't subscribed, girlfriend, you have to subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support. This community means everything to me. I will be posting more videos. Let me know in the comment section what you guys want to see, what questions you have, so that I can create some more content for you guys. I love you guys so much. You guys take care. God bless you. You guys got this. You guys are going to do great. I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye.